Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is another Dollar Tree ephemera mask make. I have really been trying to do a lot of things using Dollar Tree products because with the way the economy is right now and prices on everything are just beyond insane. So I am trying to do, I guess I should call it the $1.25 store, but that's what I'm really trying my hardest to do, is to do a lot of crafts using Dollar Tree products so that it's affordable for everybody. I know, prices of groceries has went up, gas, everything's went up except for my paycheck. So, this is not just for you guys. This is something that I'm doing for myself as well, learning to use different products. And I always say think outside of the box, and I mean that in everything. And you guys know that I think outside of the box on a lot of things. I love doing that. So these are two little envelopes that I have made. This one is made with parchment paper from Dollar Tree. And I've just got a little piece of lace right there and one of my butterfly labels. And I've done some stamping on it. I used the Stays On and the archival ink just so that it wouldn't smear because of the way this paper is. And then this one is a wax paper envelope. So this would be very much like your little Glassine bags that, and those things are quite expensive. But when you use the wax paper rolls or the wax paper sheets from Dollar Tree, you can make so many of them for $1.25. So I don't even know how many I could get out of this. I really should just one day just sit down with a brand new box of wax paper and see how many little envelopes or something I could get out of that $1.25. That may be something that I do in a future video. But tonight I just want to show you what I've done. So this one here is just like the little coin envelope. And with it being such thin paper, you could really do a lot with it. And I love the way it sounds. Listen at that. And look how cute. I mean, it's really adorable. It really is. I'm very happy with it. Forgive my hands. You guys know I have to have a disaster in the craft room on every single video. You know it's going to happen or it will not be one of my videos. And I was going to put the lid back on this ink, and instead of putting the lid on it, my thumb went right down into it and it doesn't come off. So there you go. There's my disaster in the craft room for today. Well, there may be more. Who knows? So yeah, I want to just work on this and show you guys what I've done to create these. And aren't they? I just love them. You could take something, and I don't have any of my ephemera right here with me because I was going to show you how you could take something. I have a piece of fabric from where I was working on journals, so we'll stick that in there. But see, look at that. How cute would that be popped into a journal? Love it, love it, love it. So let's get busy. I'm going to set those right there so that you guys do not have to see me fighting with the cutter on the box. I went ahead and tore off some paper. So I've got some wax paper here and some of the parchment paper here. Now I'll show you this. Both of these were at the Dollar Tree, so they were $1.25 a roll. Now, I will tell you that on the parchment paper, you only get 20 square feet for $1.25. But on the wax paper, you get 65 square feet for $1.25. And the wax paper is the one that is more like the Glassine bags. So for me, for future, I will probably just buy the wax paper rolls because I get more than three times what I get in the parchment paper, plus it is that see-through to where I can put something in it. So let's just go ahead, let's work some with the wax paper. I have no idea what size this is, and obviously it's not cut straight, so we will have to get the cutting board out. Let me just do this. I'm going to fold it in half. Look how awful that cutting is. Wow. You guys see, that's what happens when you tear it like I do. So we're going to trim this up a little bit. If I can find my paper trimmer, there it is. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this, and I'm not measuring anything on this. What I'm gonna do is just lay this down. I'm gonna lay it down like this. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because it's curling both directions. I'm gonna fold it the opposite direction so that my it'll curve down, or onto itself, I should say. Make it a little easier to cut. There we go. And I'm just lining it up to where I can see that I've got the ends of both sides. And I just cut it like that. And then I am just going to take and turn it around. And I'm just going to cut that fold right there just a little bit, just to go ahead and get rid of so now I have 2 sheets of the wax paper. Okay, so there are so many different things we can do with this, and it's so much fun, and I love the way it sounds. So we can do, we can make one of the coin envelopes. Now, would want to trim some of this off if I'm doing a coin envelope. So we'll just see. Let's just see where we're at. Yeah, definitely need to trim some off. So let me do this since I've already got that crease there. I'm just going to trim a little bit off of both ends. Not even measuring. I'm just going to trim some off so that it won't be so much of an overlap. And you know what? I'm just going to do it like this because it's the best way for me to do right now because I was being goofy. And save those little strips because I'll show you what to do with those little strips like that in just a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this into our little coin envelope. So I'm just folding it over and lining the bottoms up. So I mean, this is just like any other coin envelope that we've made before, and you guys know that I've done them several times, so you know how to do these. But the only difference is this is using the Dollar Tree wax paper, and so it will be so similar to a Glassine envelope. And if I had thought about it, I would have pulled one of my Glassine envelopes to show you how close these are to them. And so I go ahead and do this, and then I cut these other little ends off. It just makes it easier for me to see exactly where I need to cut to. And I'm just going to cut to right there. Okay. Now, I do want to round the corners, and this is very difficult to round because it is so thin. So I just have a scrap piece of paper right here that I just cut, and then I cut like this. And so I take that and I line it up just like that, and then I grab my corner rounder. And then I stick it in there, and see, it rounded the corner. So I'm going to do that on this side over here, the exact same thing. Just lining it up. And see, it didn't even cut it. So what I'll do is just get my scissors and go ahead and cut it, because it did cut the cardstock. Okay, that's close enough for government work. All right, so let me put these little pieces out of the way. And then I'm going to open this, and I like to go ahead and do the corner so that it gives me a little guide as to where I need to cut, because I have such a difficult time doing that. So I have to figure out cheats any way I possibly can. So that's why I do it like that. You do not have to do it like that. I'm just telling you, you know, that's how I do it and why I do it that way. All right, so we got that. Now you can ink it up if you want to. Let me get my stays on, because this is a waxy paper. I'm afraid that anything else might come off. And again, this is not something you have to do. You guys know I tell you that on every video. Inking is personal preference. So if you don't want to ink, by all means, don't even stress over it. So I'm just inking it up a little bit all around. Okay. And I think I'm happy with that. Just going to ink this up a little bit. And move this out of the way. Okay. So now I'm just going to take, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, which you guys know I use Fabri-Tac almost exclusively. But with this being so shiny, I definitely feel better putting Fabri-Tac on here. So I'm just going to glue that down. And then I will glue this bottom down. Just like that. And look how easy it's done. And then if you had a tag, which I wish I had one right here. This might fit in there. I can show you. So see, we could take and put that into, let me just go ahead and cut a little piece off, just so that we can see for visual purposes. So you could take and put this into a journal. You could put a cute little tag down in it. And look how cute, being able to see it. Ah, love it. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about lace on this right now. Let's just do some stamping. And I'm not going to do this with all of them. I'm just going to do one or two just to show you. So I am using the Tim Holtz Field Note set. Let's do this one. It says Field Label, and I'm going to use the brown. And the one thing I forgot to bring over here was my stamp block. So here's a trick. I've showed you guys this before. Whenever I forget my stamp block, I just use the lid to the ink pad. It works just perfectly fine, other than the fact I can't see where I'm stamping, but you know, it doesn't matter. So I am just going to stamp it on there. And I'm just holding it a little bit. Just make sure you do not move it, because it will smear. And there's that. Now I do have extra on here. And this piece here is a torn piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and stamp it right there on it, because we can use that in something else. Okay, so we've done that. Now let's do, let's see, what do we want to do? You know what, I have the Tim Holtz tickets, and I like this one here. And let's do this in red. See, that's how I got the purple all over me. So I'm just using the lid. And I'm going to get it good and inky. Is that a word? And then just press it down. Love it. And so see, I'm going to take one of those little strips that I told you to save. This is where it would be better if I'd had a clear block, so I can make sure I'm stamping on the paper and not my desk. So see there, we have a cute little label that we can use somewhere else. So always remember that, you know, keep you some paper handy so that you can do stuff like that. Let's see, do we want to do anything else on these. Just looking to see what all I have. I don't know, I might want to do this. It says received. What color would we want to do that? Let's do it in a blue. Let's just put some different colors on here. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it on the lid there. Okay, stamp it good. Make sure I'm good and inky. I am, and then I'm just going to put it right there and pull up. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp off onto that paper there. And I'm going to do it again because it looks like I still have quite a bit. And maybe even one more time. Okay, so see, I've got, in all of that, I managed to get some additional little pieces of ephemera that I can use. All right. So we have that. Now, do we want to do anything else to this one? I think we're done with this one for now. I love it just like that. How cute will that be? And you could put like a butterfly specimen card down in there, or a mushroom specimen card, anything like that. And that would just look so cute in a journal. All right, so now let's do the other sheet of wax paper. And so I'm going to do the envelope like you've seen. So I'm just folding this up. And then I'm just going to fold this flap down. Okay. And then I am going to take and turn it around and fold the sides in. Fold the side in. I don't know, that's what, maybe 1/4 of an inch. You guys know I don't measure. And so now I'm going to open it up. And then I'm going to cut at an angle right here to that corner. And at an angle to that corner there. And then I want to cut along this line right here as straight as I can. I could use my cutting board, but I'm lazy and just don't even feel like reaching over to get it. Okay, so now let's try this one. So I'm just going to cut just like that. And then I want to angle this little spot up here and up here. Save those little pieces because those can be used. And then I'm getting, okay, here it is. I still have 2 corners on here that I can use. But I also want to cut a little thumb pull in here. So I'm just taking that little piece of cardstock right there. And I'm just going to put a little thumb pull. Okay. And then I will take that card, and where it's still square, I am going to line it up and get my corner rounder. And I think it works better if I have the paper on the bottom. So let's try that. And there we go. Got it lined up. And yeah, so it works better for my cutter, trimmer, whatever, if my paper is on the bottom. So now we can ink this up. And do I want to ink it up in the brown, or do I want to ink it up in another color? That is the question. I don't know. Let's just go with brown because I can't make a decision. I guess I did just make a decision, didn't I? All right, let's see if I can do this without getting it all over me. So you know what? Let's make this one look really vintage. So what I need to do, I need to crinkle it some. Let me go ahead and ink around here. Now this is the Stays On Brown, so it's a little different than the Vintage Photo like I normally use, but it works fine. It seems to be a little darker to me, but that's fine. And then I'm just going to ink that a little bit. And then let's go ahead and ink the back, because I don't know if I'm going to glue this down. I don't know how I'm going to do it, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink the back up a little bit. And I also want to make sure I get the flap. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue it down, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do to make it look more vintage. What did I do? There's my glue. Okay, so I'm just going to glue these two little sides right here. I'm going to glue them down. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And let it set for just a minute. I'm going to take my ink blender, and I'm just going to lightly go over this. And the creases, or the crinkles where I fold it, will really pick up that ink. Let me put a little bit more ink on it. Oh, I might have got too much ink, but it's okay. And do the same thing on the back, because like I said, I don't know how I'm going to put it on. All right, so for this one, what kind of stamps do we want on it? Or do we want to do, what did I do with my stamps? Let me grab some stamps. Okay. And this is my Dollar Tree stamp storage hack. There is a video to it, and I'm not even going to tell you that I'm going to link it, because I know that I'll forget. So I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Let me just see what I have that I can use. I have all sorts of stuff in here. Ooh. I don't know what I want to do. Let me just see. There was a couple that I just saw that I might want to use. I did have them organized, and then I dumped them out. Not on purpose, but I just haven't taken the time to organize them again, because I've just been quite lazy, to be honest with you. So I think I want some sort of script writing on here. Like that. Okay. See, I'm taking way too much time. I'm looking at this. How pretty would that be with that big old huge butterfly on the front? Let's see, where would that come? I've done it like that. Let's do it. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and do it. Because if not, I'll be here all night trying to make my mind up. Okay, so what color do I want to do this in? This is the bad thing when I have so many choices, is I can't decide what I want to do it in. Let's do it in red. I know that's not like a butterfly color, but at the same time, I think it will be cute. And so I'm just brushing my ink on. And I'm not putting it all the way down, because I'm not going to need it all the way down. And I just left it on that clear back because it'll help me. And I'm just mashing it down everywhere. And then, ooh, look how pretty. And there's probably still some ink on here, so let's stamp it off. So I'm just stamping it off there. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. I am just, y'all know I'm bad about remembering to wash my ink, my stamps. I'm lazy. So I'm just sticking it in there. I probably should do that, but I just don't feel like it. I love this. I don't know if I want to do anything else to it or not. I don't think I do. I think I'm liking it just like that. Yep, so we're going to leave that one. So let me see. Oh my goodness, I don't know that we have time for anything else. Yikes. Okay, so I guess that's going to be it for tonight. But just remember, oh, I didn't do one. I needed to at least do something with this. Let's do a quick one. We're going to tear instead of getting the cutting board. I'm just going to tear this. Excuse me, just like that. And let's see, what kind of pocket do we want to make? You know what I want to do? I want to do a tall coin envelope. So I'm doing it taller. And it's going to be tall, skinny. So it will be cute with a tall, skinny tag in it. Fold this up. Just like that. I am going to cut right here because I'm afraid that jagged edge would catch on stuff. Then I'm going to fold this over. Just like that. Okay. So now we're doing the same thing that we did a while ago. I'm going to cut those off. And cut this one off. Okay. And let me get that other little piece of cardstock. And we are going to round the corners. I think I said it does better if I do the cardstock on top. So let's try that. Try and get it straight. Yes, it definitely does better if the cardstock is on top. So let's try it on this one and hope I get it right this time too. There we go. Yes. Okay, so let's cut this just like that. Then we'll cut right here. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side, maybe. And then we'll cut right there. Okay. So now let's glue our center down. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a little bit. I wasn't going to because of time, but you know what? I won't remember to do it afterwards, so I need to just go ahead and do it. So I'm just inking it up just a little bit, just to give it a little hint of color. I love how that sounds. I love it. See guys, I'm telling you, I'm like great when it comes to making mess ups. And then I'm gonna do this here. And we'll do a little bit right there. We'll just give it, we'll act like we done it. Look how inky I get. Okay. So now let's glue this down. And these are fun to make. And like I said, I think, I'm not sure when I will do it because I have several videos to record. I've already got them planned out for at least the next week. So it'll probably be a week at least before I do. But I think I am going to get a full box of the wax paper and just sit down and I don't know, we might do that on the Craft and Chat live. I don't think I will go live this Friday with, you know, with everything going on. But that is something that, so maybe not this Friday, but next Friday. Don't hold me to that because, you know, number one, I'm liable to forget that I told you that. And number two, I just don't know. You never know what the next week holds. So I am just going to do this on the top, across it. So I'm just going to go, ooh, that's some dark purple. Ugh. And I'm just going to put it down like that. And I'm going to put the lid on that before I get myself all in it. And then I'm going to pull this piece of paper right there. Ooh, I like it a lot. And then I was gluing the back on to my table. So I'm just going to do this like down here. And that wasn't that much. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it gets on my butterfly. There we go. All right, so there we go, guys. Look at that. Let me move some of this out of the way to where we can see what we got done. Move this out of the way. All right, so we got some cute. I'm going to put that in there too because I really like that. So here is our Dollar Tree wax paper and parchment paper envelopes. So these literally probably cost, did they even cost, maybe a nickel. These are my favorite, using the wax paper because it's so close to being a Glassine bag. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you are enjoying my Dollar Tree ephemera making, and if it's something that you want me to continue to try to do. Please let me know, and I do appreciate all of your support over the last few weeks, and those of you that have been ordering the journals and stuff from my Etsy. You guys have been a huge blessing to me. You really have no idea. And I will tell you this, there is a huge decision that myself and my husband are in the process of making. And I can't share it on here yet. But I think all of you guys will be happy when I do share it. And I will tell you that the decision that we are in the process of making is only possible because of you guys. I'm going to leave it at that. Have a good night, guys, or good morning, or whatever it is when you see this. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.